and flow aim instantly. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god, his cursor is so smooth. Wait, no shot. He hasn't dropped a single 100 on the jump section. What the fuck? He didn't drop a single 100. Oh, there they are. He's under streaming.
Wow.
All right, here comes the space streams. Dude, these doubles and the wiggles are so awkward. He's aiming them. He's actually doing the fucking wiggle. Dude, the micro movements. Oh my god. He's even doing those wiggles. What the fuck? Did he drop a single 100 there either? He assessed all the hard parts, didn't he? What the fuck? 99.7? 72 unstable.
Dude. It's not an age difference. I'm not getting old. I will destroy him.
Alright, bro. I'm head out now, though. Hit me up for more games when you're around. Peace out, nation. Marry me just SC essentially having DT. Here's the thing. If it was anyone else, I would think that you're fucking stupid. Alright? But if it's Marry me, part of me actually kind of believes it, dude. Did he actually do it? Do I even have the old one? What the fuck? This is fucked. This is actually fucked. Are you seeing this shit? These are fucking D rates. These are D's and C's. How? I'm sorry, bro. White Cat, I'll be able to destroy. This dude, not so much. He's not even spamming the sliders. He's actually tapping to them. Oh my god. Look at this unstable rate. It's so clean. What? No! No! Stop! This isn't real! No! No! He's over streaming! No! No, 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 no! 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 I don't even give a fuck. He started double tapping at the end, dude. I do not give a single fucking shit. This should not be possible. This should not be possible. This is fucked. This is so stupid. No. This isn't real, dude. No. What? I can't fucking believe this, dude. I remember playing this when I first joined the fucking game, dude. All right? Do I still have my old score? Oh, well. Okay, alright, this isn't the same score, but sure, alright, close enough, dude. Bro, how in the fuck? How the fuck? Dude. This, oh, bros, all right. What do you guys think is gonna happen when I fucking try this map? All right. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen, bros? This guy is the embodiment. I'm sorry, bro. This guy is so fucking fast that me, a top player in this game, is now thinking about the Osu cringe joke with the Osu fingers. Get it?
This is
dude.
Cool. This is fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit.
Cringe, dude. Alright, this is it. I will destroy Maramy. You're right here, dudes. This is it. I don't understand how he does it, bro. This is insane, dude. Fuck this game. Fuck this, dude. This is busted, bro. This is actually busted. Dude. Hard drop. This is literally the best speed score of all fucking time. The fastest play in the game. Holy shit, dude. Actually, well, I don't really follow DT scores that often, so there might be an even better one. But dude, this is fucked, dude. This is actually fucked. This is fucked squared. All right. Okay, I've seen that he did win God Girl. All right, but like, I don't know, dude. Shit. How much PP would that be, dude? Holy fuck. This dude. Wait, OD 11.1? And he still got 95%? Wait a second. Dare I say it, dude. This man has discovered the most efficient tapping in the game. Alright. How else can you get the fingers? How else can you have the speed for a play like this? This is unbelievable. I don't understand it, dude. But whatever this dude managed to figure out, bro, I refuse to believe it's genetics, dude. You guys can blame genetics. I refuse to believe in genetics, dude. This guy put in the work. This guy put in the practice. This guy dedicated hours of his time to this craft. This shit deserves the highest of respects. 100%. 100%. Dude, I'd be so curious if Manacube became pro at Osu Taiko, since there are players who can play 350 to 400 BPM in Taiko, even if it's 4 fingers. Bruh. I'm curious to see Osu Taiko players switch over to Osu Standard. I saw, dude, something that blows my fucking mind is I remember watching J.H. Lee, all right? Super pro mania player, all right? Best in the world, all right? He just started playing Osu Standard one day, all right? Was busting out his fucking mouse, playing fucking, what's it called? Freedom Dive, except it was one extremely long stream that went on for like 2,000, 3,000 notes, and he FC'd it. No problem. Easy peasy. And I'm just like... And I was thinking like... And my eyes were like... And my body was like... You know what I'm saying? And Yodi. The fuck is that? No, Nebula! Stop! 5,000 likes on this shit, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? A brand new PP record has been set. Most people who try doing this get Parkinson's. Their hands fall apart. What the fuck is this? I can actually believe a world where 1,500 PP is doable. Guys, we have all assembled here for one reason. History has been made. We're here to check it out. For those who quite literally live under a rock, take a look at this. This pretty much says everything, dude. A brand new OSU standard PP record has been set by Eterna. I have not seen it. However, I did my due diligence to actually figure out how the fuck this happened. This was set yesterday. Today is December 2nd. 1 month ago, on November 2nd, Emrek set the new PP record. But it literally got topped 30 days later. How the fuck? Before this, there actually hasn't been too much stuff going on in terms of the PP record. The PP record lore. Everyone remembers the Xane incident. The incident that took over and invaded and infected everyone's top plays. At the time, Emrek had the PP record at 1,241. Xane, it was cool, I guess. PP record, I guess. But let's be real. Did anyone actually accept that score? But then out of nowhere, Kanalu decided to come out of left field with an easy halftime flashlight score and just stole it. Finally, it was something other than Xane, right? The incident. The PP rebalance. The PP rebalance fixed everything. Xane was gone. Flashlight was nerfed. And as a result, Emrek's 3 mod on Team Magma ended up taking the #1 spot. I'm pretty sure the entire community rejoiced. However, even though the score is really fucking cracked, it's a TV-sized jump map. Another one. And let's be real, it's been getting quite boring. Another DTA map as the PP record. Community was waiting for something new. So then Emrek comes in with Save Me, shocking everyone. The Wooting incident has struck its first victim. And with the score on Save Me, which honestly could have been an FC legitimately, Emrek took the #1 spot. But holy lord, no one prepared for this. What the fuck? This dude goes by many different names. Ziltel, Marami, Eterna are probably the most well-known ones. After getting a very reputable source of some random dude in my chat, they said, and I quote, he said himself that it was eternal without the L. So Eterna it is. That's what we'll be using. On November 29th, 2 days before the record was set, Eterna tweeted this out. This spread like wildfire throughout the community. 5,000 likes on this shit, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, I don't know what the fuck Wooting strategy for their marketing department is, but holy fuck, dude, is it working. This thing is everywhere. The day after tweeting this out, Eterna went to work. We are now on November 30th, and the grind has already began. Ascension to Heaven 3 mod. Now, I've seen the original score with HDDT, and when I saw that fucking play, holy shit, dude. This isn't real. No. No. He's over streaming. No. No, 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 no. 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 It broke boundaries. I didn't.
2019, he would reach 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and the very next day, he would reach 100,000 followers on Twitch, becoming the first Osu content creator to reach 100k on both platforms. And then 2 days after that, on April 28th, 2019, Donkey Kong Crew would edge out Floating Conquest 7-6, taking first place and giving Ed his first tournament badge. And things didn't stop there. In May, he was officially sponsored by G Fuel, and in June, with his FC on the Sun, the Moon, the Stars, he would reach his peak rank at number 30 in the world. At this point, he was undoubtedly one of the best stream players in the entire world, as well as one of the best hard rock players in the entire world. With an added emphasis on tournament play, he was on his way to rounding off his skill set to be one of the game's elite, as if top 30 in the world was nothing in comparison to what he would accomplish. And spoiler alert, it was in fact nothing in comparison for what the future would hold. As the world was shut down in 2020 due to external reasons, Ed would continue to expand his skills and focus more on tournament play. This also consequently resulted in less YouTube uploads solely based on dumb antics, since there was much less to highlight thanks to the lockdown. But this was an overall positive to Ed's growth as a player, as evidently shown in Osu TV Size Tournament 2020. He would be playing on Team Rubber Conquest, which featured some of the best North American tournament players. They would emerge from the qualifying stage as the #1 seed, and would tear through the entire tournament, not losing a single map until they met up against Floating Up, a primarily Korean-based team that was considered one of the best teams in the world. The match went down to the wire, going to tiebreaker, and that's when Ed came up absolutely clutch.
Because Rubber Conquest is actually doing it last quarter, and we are seeing.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. Just look at both combos. They do have this full combo so far, and look the score. It's over. It's over.
Let's go! Yes!
Oh my god!
Yes!
You guys are crazy!
A tiebreaker FC to take down one of the best teams in the world. Talk about an exclamation point. They would play each other again in the grand finals, where Rubber Conquest would win 7-5, giving Ed his second profile badge. This momentum would carry into Ed's next massive tournament appearance, USA States Cup 2020. Representing Virginia alongside Tony, Rectagon, One Tabby, Sergeant R, and Chrono 5 as the second seed, they would claw through the bracket fairly easily. Surprisingly, the favorite to win the entire tournament, South California, took a shocking 6-3 loss to Ohio in the winner's bracket semifinals. And when Virginia beat Ohio 7-1, they were on the winner's side of the grand finals. Throughout USA States Cup history, the Californians had not lost a single time. And when SoCal fought their way back into the grand finals from the loser's bracket, it seemed like Virginia would be the ones to finally end their streak.
SoCal will be eliminated.
On the biggest tournament stage of Ed's career thus far, what would happen to him and the Virginians? Well, what happened was demoralizing, to say the least. The grand finals were a complete massacre. SoCal kept their foot on Virginia's throat the entire time, only surrendering one map throughout both matches of the grand finals, including a clean 7-0 sweep to take the tournament. It was a pretty polarizing low compared to what he experienced in OTST 4 months ago. It was a sight no one wanted to see in the grand finals, and for the viewers on Ed's stream that day, it broke everyone's hearts.
Fuck!
Normally, Ed is the cheerful person that entertains the Osu community, and he clearly loves doing so. But as he watched his team he worked so hard to be a part of get dismantled, it understandably broke him, and he burst into tears. Just hearing the pain in his voice is really tear-jerking. Not just because we're not used to seeing him this sad, but also because he worked so damn hard to get to this point. All for it to go out like this.
I tried literally everything, bro. I tried my absolute fucking hardest, dude, but it wasn't enough.
But it showed all of us a different side of Ed. A hidden side kept behind all of his crazy antics. More than anything, he wants to be the best player he could possibly be, and he will never settle for anything less. While he jokes that he will destroy White Cat, Emrek, or any other top player, he didn't say that to troll. He might say those things out of sarcasm, and the chat may blow him up with copium emotes, but he meant every single word he said. And in his lowest and absolute weakest moment as a player, he conveyed a clear message to everyone.
I'm going to get better. I'm going to improve. And one day I'll beat Vaxi. I'll beat Idki. I'll beat Monk. I'll beat everyone.
He will destroy everyone in his path. He will become the best, and he will never stop until he does so. And he was very right, as this crushing defeat seemed to be the straw that broke the horse's back. August 2020 marked the start of Corsace Open, one of Osu's most premier tournament series alongside the Osu World Cup. Ed would be playing for the nation alongside Ariu, Apraxia, Badu, Bartek, Doomy, Fancy Lad, and Arison. Who would have thought that he would be playing in a major Osu tournament alongside the person he considered to be his main inspiration a few years ago? Sentiment out of the way, this team was stacked. They would make it all the way to the grand finals while only dropping one set in the process, where they would play against Floating Up. Since they were the winners bracket champion and the tournament didn't want to deal with a bracket reset, they were given one free point in the grand finals in a 1-to-3 set match. They notched their second point on the board when they took the first set 4-1, and they were on championship point when they took a 3-2 lead in the second set. And no one wanted the tournament win more in the last map than Ed did.
If BTMC is going to run away with this now, he is the massive combo. Apraxia is matching Bubbleman and Doomy is matching Okinamo. There's really nobody to match Flying Tuna, but an FC on a map this long is a ton of score. BTMC dropping accuracy everywhere, but he doesn't break. He's still going through the long stream here. If he hits this long stream, it's over. There's just no way. He's still holding combo. This stream is still continuing. BTMC is going on the long stream. He hits it. He's shaking so bad. BTMC.
He's gonna shake off the stream.
There's a quarter of the map. There's a quarter of the map left. He just has to hold for a couple more seconds. He's almost there. The score lead is 250k on a map this long. That is destructive. BTMC is absolutely going off. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why he was picked for OWC. Oh my goodness.
Is that it? 1422275. We got it! We fucking got it! No fucking way!
Absolute insanity. His cursor might shake, but his combo didn't break, and he became a Corsace champion. Not only did he win Corsace, he helped Arison win his first tournament badge. The person he grew up admiring, the person who inspired him to play Osu in the first place. Now they were able to share a moment in Osu history forever. This was by far Ed's greatest tournament accomplishment, but there were greener pastures lying ahead. Up to this point, Ed never made the US roster for the Osu World Cup. This is more of a tell for how ridiculously strong the United States is as a nation. Ed would be considered one of, if not the best player on other teams if he played for other countries. But inside the US, people don't consider him to be top 5 or even top 10 in terms of tournament skill. But in 2020, BTMC would finally make his first OWC roster. With how deep the United States roster was, Ed was mainly used for consistency-based maps in the map pool. After emerging from the qualifiers as the first seed, the United States would breeze through all of their opponents. They would face Germany in the winners bracket semifinals. With how much Ed talked about destroying White Cat, it was pretty much spoken into existence when the United States dominated Germany 6-0. In the winners bracket finals, the United States beat Canada 7-1. This meant that Ed was one match win away from winning the Osu World Cup. Germany would make it back to the grand finals from the losers bracket and earn their run back against the United States. And this time, things were much closer. The US always had the lead, but Germany would never let them go more than 2 maps ahead. But the US reached match point after taking a 6-4 lead. Thanks to an early break point on the first map of the match, the US could win the entire thing on their own pick. But things wouldn't come that easy.
Wow. Germany digging deep, doing the work that need to be done. They pull out a legendary moment, forcing tiebreaker in game 1.
A strong performance on map 12 by Germany on the US's pick evened the match at 6-6 and sent the grand finals to the tiebreaker map, Uparts by Camellia. What followed was one of the most intense moments in OWC history, and while Ed himself wasn't playing in it, he watched from the sidelines as his team tried their damnedest to three-peat. On the other side of things, Germany was in uncharted territory. This is the first OWC Grand Final Germany has been a part of, and they were not going to let this slip so easily. Not only were they trying to end the United States streak, they were trying for their first OWC title in team history. And there is no better song for this tiebreaker to take place on than Uparts. Camellia specifically made Uparts for the 2020 Osu World Cup Grand Finals, and with how chaotic the soundtrack is, everyone wanted this Grand Final to go to the tiebreaker. And everyone got their wish. The top 2 teams in the world met in the Grand Finals of Osu's biggest stage. It was a match exemplified by its unpredictability and chaos. And those 2 elements are what make this tiebreaker something we will not soon forget.
It's just Vaxi, but White Cat breaks. It's Dust Ice versus Vaxi right now. Kablaze finds another break, but Swaggy Spicer does as well. Double break for Germany. It is still
breaks everywhere.
The United States would have to completely fall apart. They would have to completely fall apart at the ending here for anything to happen. Whitecat's trying to make it work, but as long as Vaxley holds, it doesn't matter. No chance.
No matter what Vaxley and Whitecat do.
There's so
And as
much.
the map comes to a close, the U.S. sprinting ahead with Vaxi, Kablaze, and Swaggy Swagster.
It's
putting
all
in brilliant performances. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2020 OSU World Cup champions. Once again, the United
Holy shit!
of America.
Oh my gosh.
Holy fucking
This
shit.
is, let's go!
As chaos reigned from the beat map and combos broke left and right, the US would edge out Germany, winning the 2020 OSU World Cup. With this win, Ed became one of the only players in the entire world to win both Corsace Open and the OSU World Cup, and he amassed this major feat in the same year. In just a span of a few months, Ed went from experiencing his lowest point of a player to becoming an OSU champion. He was right after all. He said he would destroy everyone, and he came out on top on OSU's biggest stage. From becoming OSU's largest streamer to reaching the top of the world as an OSU champion, for Ed, it was truly a dream come true on all fronts. One problem, I think he forgot his YouTube password. While Ed was grinding for tournaments and becoming the best version of himself as a player on stream, he more or less neglected his YouTube account, which spawned memes in his comment section. You won't make it that far in any of his comment sections without finding a comment that says he finally remembered his YouTube password. Yeah, despite him winning Corsace and the OSU World Cup in the same year and playing frequently on stream, he was still getting memed on for not uploading YouTube content.
I can already imagine the YouTube comments. It's a mixture of like, oh, he found his YouTube password, or oh, the channel isn't dead, or oh, holy shit, I thought you died, or oh, holy fuck, dude, our yearly upload, etc, dude.
You can't make this up. This should not be possible. This man is out here winning the biggest OSU tournaments in existence, yet he can't catch a break from his YouTube audience. I guess Twitch chat is right about poking fun at YouTube frogs. Sorry guys. But luckily, things were going to change content-wise. First and foremost, Ed would gather an editing team to put out more videos on his YouTube channel while he continued streaming on Twitch. While the world was still locked down, his Twitch stream grew more than ever. Get to streamer. Okay, the BTMC is a Genshin streamer joke has run dry, but when he did stream a lot of Genshin Impact in 2021, it led to increasingly fast growth on Twitch, and more importantly, allowed him to connect with Genshin content creators and streamers, which allowed him to grow even more, allowing him to reach 300,000 followers on Twitch in June 2021. And for whatever reason, everyone decided to forget that he literally won the last rendition of the OSU World Cup and became an OSU champion just to meme on him and tell him that he's a Genshin streamer. You'll already know that something like this can only happen to Ed. And let's be honest, he kind of embraces the meme. And speaking of embracing, you know how Ed was never able to set a unique score? Well, things have changed. He had an absolute pop-off on Embraced by the Flame, a map which had no FCs at the time. He was gonna do it. He was finally going to—
No!
Well shit. Don't worry, he started grinding the map for a second time, and this time he was approaching the ending with even better accuracy than last time. Forget the choke that happened a little while ago. He was going to have a unique—
No fucking line! Not a challenge!
At least it's number 1 on the leaderboard? Memes aside, 2021 would probably mark the most important step in Ed's career, moving to Los Angeles. During the summer, Ed would pack his bags and move into BoxBox's house, which had its fair share of notable streamers. This upped the ante for crazier things for Ed to do on stream, just like what he used to do a few years ago and what the pandemic robbed us of. And of course, the craziness did ensue. BoxBox challenged Ed to set insanely high PP plays in exchange for subs. And if you know Ed, he's not one to back down from a challenge, and he got to work. Just 11 days into September, he would set the 800 PP play for the 100 subs by setting the first Hard Rock FC on the legendary difficulty of Highway to Oblivion. This play came as a massive shock to everyone watching, as Ed's play count dissipated in the last few months because of the move to LA, but he proved that he's still sharp as ever. The 900 and 1k PP plays would not come as easily, however. While Ed was unfortunately not able to set the 1k PP score, he was finally able to get his 900 PP play on Yomiuri. This play is crazy. He's tied for the highest accuracy FC on the map, is number 2 overall on the map, and proved that hard work trumps all. This map is Ed's 9th most played map, and his reaction to the FC says it all.
Let's fucking go!
Finally, after more than 2 years, he beat his legendary play on Raise My Sword. Finally, he had a 900 PP score. And to this day, this is his top play in OSU. Today, we can safely say that Ed has taken Osu and the Osu community to heights no one thought were possible. Starting out as just your average student playing video games after school, he quickly blossomed into Osu's recognizable figure thanks to his skill and even more thanks to his personality and entertainment capabilities. He has changed from being pretty good at the game to being one of the absolute best, becoming an Osu champion in the process. He went from playing with a baguette and dressing up as an anime girl to becoming friends with some of the largest Twitch streamers. Okay, maybe one of those things hasn't changed. His influence is so great that he undoubtedly brought many new players into Osu. Hell, he even showcased what this game had to offer live on stage at PAX East. But above all else, the one thing that makes him so special is that he will never forget where he came from, how he started, and the viewers that give him the chance to do this in the first place. Together, we've seen him grow into the player, content creator, and person that he is today. From the highest of highs to the lowest of lows and everything in between, Ed has created countless memories alongside us that we will not soon forget. Knowing Ed, there are more memories like these lying ahead in the future, and I'm sure it means the world to him to get the chance to share those memories alongside us.
Dude, holy shit, guys. I just smashed the like button because I enjoyed this video. I also subscribed because it's free and I can unsubscribe at any point in time.
Yeah.
Whitecat is an Osu player, and when I say player, I mean that he plays the game. He's one of the greatest players to ever touch Osu, and he built a legacy which will most certainly never be forgotten. Holding the #1 spot for the longest period in history, redefining what it means to aim, and in the process changing the game forever. His presence at the top almost became symbolic of true dominance, and with Emrek's recent taking of the #1 spot, we saw an unprecedented celebration. Because Whitecat basically defined an entire era of the game, leaving a level of impact only rivaled by the likes of Kikizi. This is why I don't think the 10-minute video I made last year did justice to this truly legendary player, and the ridiculous impact that he's had on Osu. So, without further ado, here's the full story of a truly monolithic player. The history of Whitecat. This story is going to begin long before Whitecat became who he is today, and even before he began Osu, in a place like many others in early 2014. In 2014, the world was in the midst of one of the biggest phenomena in gaming and just pop culture in general, the Minecraft craze. During this time, Whitecat was one of the people enthralled in this, and like many others, after becoming bored of the single-player section of the game, he began playing on some servers. And what really ended up catching his attention was a server called MCPvP. Because unlike a lot of other Minecraft servers, which were mainly casually focused, MCPvP was pretty intense. It had a super dedicated audience who would spend hundreds or even thousands of hours to get as good at Minecraft PvP as possible. This server also happened to have a pretty large overlap with other games of similarly dedicated audiences, one of which was Osu. And because of this, a couple of the best and most known Osu players actually came from MCPvP. A couple notable ones are Arson, BTMC, and most importantly for this video, Whitecat, who was introduced to Osu on the server, but never got around to playing it much because he was, well, too busy playing MCPvP. This meant an entire year would pass after he downloaded the game before he would actually start playing for real. And it's likely that he never really would have started, if not for one massive event. And that was MCPvP's premature demise in May of 2015.
Guys, this is the end of MC PvP.
This would cause a mass migration to a couple of games, one of which was obviously Osu. And with this mass migration away from MC PvP, White Cat would officially become an active player. After leaving MC PvP, White Cat would come to Osu and begin playing mainly for fun, but also often in friendly rivalships that kept his motivation for the game high. It's a really normal way to begin your Osu career, something which most certainly could not be said for how he was playing the game, since while mainly just playing for fun, he would improve at a rate that may be truly unmatchable. A historically absurd rise that would eventually come to bite him. But at the time, he only reaped its rewards, going from 100 to 300 PP in 3 months, and in less than a year after that, getting his first 400, which is even more impressive when you realize that at this time, 400 were still not all that common. What might be even more notable than how quickly he achieved this, though, was that he did it all in around 25,000 play count, which, to put in perspective, is faster than Lifeline and even MREC. Yeah, to say White Cat was a fast learner would be an understatement. A more accurate description might be a freak of nature, a prodigy who redefined every single convention set by players from before, during, and even after his time. On top of this technical skill, he'd found a talent for reading easy DT, and his skill had kept becoming more and more impressive to the point where it was at the upper echelon of what had been done in the game before. But before this was noticed too much, his skill at aim would be broadcast for everyone to see, with his first ever score post. This was for a #1 score on the at the time qualified Quaver, a score which should still be top 50 on the map to this day. Let me repeat, at 13, with less than 40k play count, White Cat was 3-missing the long version of Quaver. It wasn't normal. And since he wasn't getting any worse, he would get a couple more score posts over the next month. One for his Kazukache Diamond FC, another for his #5 score on High Score, and one more for his Flow Grando FC, which also happened to be his first 500. All of these are extremely popular maps, and he was getting top 5 or even top 1 scores, which is why these plays being appreciated for what they were was quite surprising for someone with as absurd a profile as White Cat. The reason for this tameness would become clear a bit later though. For now, after improving his aim capabilities, White Cat was about to set out on... Low AR reading has always been one of White Cat's strongest skills, and unlike his aim at the time, his easy DT skill was, in 2 words, legitimately unignorable. But this is only half the storm that was about to hit him, because with an extremely low play count and an extremely high proficiency for reading, he could only be considered one thing: a reading prodigy. This was in almost every way more suspicious than being an aim prodigy, because for the longest time there's been a pretty popular idea that there are no reading prodigies. Like, we just got through the Loki Chaos situation, and in that case it was proved entirely right, and in almost every case it has been. Which would make the fact that at 40k play count, he would FC Don Don with easy DT and then self-score posted on Reddit a clear ticking time bomb. And when he posted this, a flip basically switched, and everyone was against him. And the thing is, you can't even really blame them. No one in their right mind would believe that after so many examples of people claiming to be easy prodigies and being outed as complete frauds, one who not only improved faster than most of these prodigies, but also self-posted their own score, and so clearly wanted attention, was legit. And this score was torn apart because of this. What is important though is at the time the evidence against him really did boil down to he improved too fast. But at the same time, the evidence for him was just as weak. Everything would clearly come down to his live plays. The first of which would fittingly be on Don Don with easy DT, where he would be able to nearly replicate a score with a bad camera angle, and then get a worse score with a better camera angle. The thing that many people were looking for in this live play was time warping, or essentially playing the game at a slower speed and then speeding up a video after. And in the grand scheme of things, this live play does a pretty good job of proving his legitimacy. I don't know if I'd call this a huge feat because, well, White Cat was legit, and so everything about this video being lined up perfectly is just to be expected. But with the complete lack of inconsistencies in the video, people surely believed him. Right? Yeah, no. I think Spaz's comment under this sorta says everything, since he replied with "sorry, but the hand cam looks really sped up." And before anyone says, "but there's a clock," just look at this. It's pretty easy to fake it if you even know the basics about video editing, which he clearly does. Wow, Spaz of posting cringe. But in all seriousness, this take is hot garbage. It pretty well shows the amount of ignorance that people were using to keep themselves convinced that White Cat wasn't legit. I mean, the clock White Cat uses analog, not digital, which makes it far harder to fake. And on top of this, nothing is proved by what he said. Like, let's say that clocks are really easy to fake. Well, okay, that's a cool fact, but it also says nothing about this live play. And this just about summarizes the comment section under this live play, in that while there was nothing wrong with it, people wanted much more evidence before they would let him be legit. And the next live play would be met with pretty similar response, and even less attention. He would then finally use what should have been a pretty surefire way to prove his legitimacy, a hand cam stream. And these streams, while not being perfect, were also not that bad. There was definitely a bit of delay between his hand cam and monitor, but not much else was wrong with them. So what did people do? Well, they either ignored this part, or made up something like, well, the hand cam is synced, so it doesn't prove anything. It's all really witch hunty in hindsight. After this, he would continue uploading live plays, in hopes of clearing his name. But as time went on, these would just receive less and less attention, and people almost just seemed to be ignoring him. And this likely would have stayed the case for a very long time, if not for one catastrophic event. When in November of 2016, White Cat was banned. One thing that really surprised me was that in the support email he received, they said that he was banned for cheating behavior. This throws an entire another wrench in the situation. But it didn't matter too much because he did multi-account and boost other people's accounts, which are both bannable offenses. But everyone obviously believed that he was cheating because of the reputation he had. One of the most frustrating things about this, though, is that White Cat told everyone that he was banned for multi-accounting. And because support doesn't say why someone is banned, he had no proof of it. And so obviously everyone thought he was lying, which is just the first in a couple of really frustrating parts about this story. But now gas had basically been thrown on the White Cat witch hunt dumpster fire. And so this would lead to his two most controversial and hated live plays. The two that I think truly doomed him in the long run. First, we'll take a look at his live play on Monster, which looks perfectly fine for the vast majority of its runtime, until it reaches the ending, where White Cat did this. When looking at this, I still always think it's sped up, and I even got so convinced to the point where I was trying to figure out why he'd speed up only the end of the video. But it really was just the result of adrenaline. I would say that at this point, he was truly doomed. Not because none of the previous things mattered, but instead because this is the point of no return. Like now, no matter what he did, with a suspicious looking live play, a crazy low playtime, and a ban from the main server, there wasn't much he could do to actually prove that he was legit. But he would do his absolute best, uploading one last live play, the legendary Proof I'm Legit. If you look at this from an outside perspective, you might think that this is what doomed him. It both got him banned from the private server that he was playing on up to this point, and became one of the most controversial posts of all time on r/osagame. But the comments under it tell a sort of different story, since none of them really say much about this live play, because it's actually quite good. He did everything they wanted, but what he was met with was 100+ comments about how all of his other live plays were hacked. There's a lot to unpack in these comments, so let's get into it. First, his keyboard sounds wrong. And he did a stream during a jump section. This is a completely reasonable thing to be suspicious about, but it also has a really simple explanation. In that he actually tapped 5 times at all. The audio is really just him bottoming out his keys because he's tapping harder during the harder section of the map. Which is why it's so annoying that so many people are harping on this as being the end-all be-all of evidence against him. And then there are the big ones. The first of these is that his cursor teleports during his Monster live play.
Wait.
And this one is so weak. It's the only one that really hits me as blatantly witch hunty. Since if you watch the video slowed down, you could see him make the movements you see on screen exactly, and then move his body forward, blocking the pen so you can't see him move the cursor to its resting position. The thing is that either of these would likely not have been enough to convince people. But there was one more thing. And those were the two seemingly unexplainable parts of his live plays, which are, 1, at the end of his monster live play, White Cat tabbed out of the map without pressing any buttons. And 2, on the Natsukoi Hanabi live play, he tabs out and another score pops up.